I'm calm though. I'm calm. What about you, Nick? How are you arriving
I
in this
am
space
blank.
today?
I am blank.
Okay.
Like a blank sheet of paper.
Like a blank sheet of paper. Is that negative, positive, or neutral?
Neutral.
Okay.
Neutral.
So if you get up and walk and you trip over that rug, which way you going? Negative or positive?
I'll be like, why a rug in my way?
Okay, so that's okay. We'll take that.
That rug was not supposed to be there.
So you can say aloud or in the chat. How are you arriving in the space today?
I'm probably anxious and antsy.
Okay. You need to clear a little bit of space.
You know what? I don't even know.
Okay. Okay. Well, today it's a little different. So we're wrapping up the week. It's a slow week. Yeah, it definitely is it's been a busy but a slow week, but I wanted to be sure that we wrapped up this series. So with the things that I kind of summarized, is there anything that's coming up for you with the things that we talked about with this particular text? I don't want to talk about it, overcoming that secret legacy of male depression.
What I can say, since I am raising a son and thinking about the space that, or like the face of the person in his life, being more intentional on it's okay to feel. For him, being a boy, like it's a lot of times it's just, all right, you dad, you tuck it up. All right, this is up off. All right. And I think we almost inhumanize boys because we want them to be like this super strong just because that's what they are. And sometimes they need that space and that time to actually feel. So I think for me, how I can help or serve with the young man that I'm raising is to make sure that I'm giving him that time and that space to just feel what he needs to feel. So that when he becomes a man in this world and I release him to this world, he knows how to feel what he needs to feel properly. Let's say that.
And that was one of the things that we really rested in last week. So last week in this particular text, we talked about chapters 3 and 5. And so chapter 3 was talking about that covert cycle of depression. And then chapter 5 talked about perpetuating masculinity. And, we talked, like I mentioned before, we talked about what emotions were deemed to be acceptable. And a lot of it came back to the expression of anger, right? And so here in the office, we always are going back to that anger iceberg. And I feel like it's such a valuable but a very simple tool, right? Because when you look at the anger iceberg, that is the presentation on top is anger. And then underneath we have all of those different emotions, feeling threatened, being tired, being overwhelmed, embarrassed, hurt, hungry, right? All of these different things that you find underneath that anger iceberg. And so when we're pulling it out, the one that stands out the most is hurt, right? So I'm always talking about those heart wounds. And so when I see men coming in to the practice or just even in the community and they're presenting as angry, I'm always going back to, okay, what is the heart wound that they're carrying? What ways do they feel threatened? Because we know that our men and boys are walking around having to deal with the challenges to their masculinity. They have to deal with what it means to be a protector and a provider, microaggressions, all of these different things. And then the world is telling them the only thing that you can express is anger.